Hello, my weirdos. What's going on? Let me get all the chat pulled up and everything. Um, there we are. Hello. I hope you guys can see me. Or wait, maybe you can't. Can you see me? That's worrisome. Hopefully you can see this now. Sorry, I'm still figuring out Ecamm. Alright. Let me know if that worked. I hope it did. Let me see. Check in on the YouTube. Okay. Oh, I guess you could see it before. Okay. It just didn't load fast enough on my YouTube. So I'm just trying to... I'm still using Ecamm, which I figured out pretty well for guests, but this is my first time using it just as myself. So hopefully it looks okay. All right. Hello. We have Mark. We have Martin, Vatman, Ben, and Larry. Hello, guys. How you doing? A very broy chat right now. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. It's Tuesday night. Thank you guys again for switching back to Tuesdays. My classes don't actually start, let's see, until I think the first week of February. But I know once February hits, I'll have to do this on Tuesday nights because of my class schedule. So I figured we might as well switch it back now versus switching later. I don't know. I just thought it was good. Let's see, what's going on? I feel like I've had an interesting couple of days. So first of all, I found this last remaining White Claw in the back of my fridge right before I went live, and I'm feeling fabulous about that. It is a natural lime, which I'll say is not the superior flavor. It's like kind of the worst one, which is probably why it was stuffed in the back of the fridge. But I am grateful for it nonetheless. But I want to tell you guys something I've been doing the last couple of days, and while Toby is like all over the place. Say hello, everyone. Say hi. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Horror Movie Club. Hello. I like to think of Toby accents. Hello, Late Horror Show. Hey, Jade. So Batman, my classes haven't actually. So in the fall, I took one class as what's called a non-matriculated student, so I wasn't in the program yet, so I was kind of like just testing out the program, if that makes sense. And then I got in officially for the spring, and so I will be starting in February. So that's really exciting because I guess they have like a winter session in January, so I'm not starting until the first week of February. But I'm very excited. It's thrilling. But okay, so what I've been doing the last 2 days... So I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but January 1st came and I was like, here's the thing. I'm not doing anything until Monday. Like January 1st was like on Friday, right? Yeah. And so I was like, it's Friday. It's now officially the weekend. I don't have work. Are you kidding me? I'm chilling. So I did like do some hardcore chilling over the weekend. And then what happened to me, and it's so funny because I mean, this always happens, right? New year, you have new goals, you get excited, you like feel like you want to make changes in your life, etc., etc. And so I kind of had some thoughts about that that I won't go into in too much detail because it's probably boring. But on Monday morning, I randomly, out of nowhere, and I did tweet about this, but I'm telling you anyway, I randomly woke up at like 6 a.m. And if you want to know, okay, you know how like YouTubers do like morning routines? Like, what's your morning routine? It's like a very lifestyle vlogger kind of content. And my morning routine typically in 2020 was I would wake up at around 9:50, maybe 9:55, roll out of bed, grab coffee, and roll to my desk and start my work because I'm working remotely. And I start at 10. So I would basically wake up 2 seconds before work and just start working and then end the day at, 6 or whatever and just be like, oh God, I'm so tired. And so this was very strange for me. So Monday morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. I'm like, whoa, I'm like really awake. And so I was like, maybe I'll like take advantage of this moment. Because typically what I would do is just go back to sleep. That's classic me. Just go back to sleep. I'm tired. She's tired. So instead, I was like, okay, I'm going to get up. So I got up. And a few of the goals I'd had this year, one, to get dressed every day and like every day, but get dressed as many days as I could, because I've been living most of my life in pajamas for all of the last year because I don't leave my house, to be perfectly honest, because my job is remote. And so that, and then also like moving every day because I have literally no exercise in my life. So I was like, I want to do some sort of movement every day, and I want to, get dressed every day. I had a few things like that. And so I get up at 6 a.m. I freaking did a yoga. I did my makeup. I got dressed. I watched YouTube videos. I had this whole freaking morning, basically 4 hours of me time before work. And I said, oh my God, did I figure out like the secret to life is like having me time before my day job? And I think it might be the secret to life because I did it yesterday. I did it again today, and I truly feel like I'm living my best life right now. Like I've done yoga 2 days in a row, which is, I know for some people that's nothing. For me, huge, huge. So, okay, that's about me. That's my New Year moment. By the way, Happy New Year. I hope everyone's having a pretty good New Year so far. Mine so far is actually, like I said, I feel like I'm sort of living my best life. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to continue the 6 a.m. wake up forever, but I'm going to keep doing it maybe until it's not fun anymore. But right now, like the last 2 days, I really liked it. So I'm stoked about it, honestly. Let's see. Yes, Toby is good. Travis is also very good. He's chilling. Let's see. Just scrolling. Hello, David. How are you? Yes, we're going to talk about Frozen. Don't worry. I just had to tell you about my life for a hot second because I'm so dramatic. Yes. Oh my gosh, Martin, I'm sure you had to get up so early. High school was so early. Oh my God. I remember. Let's see. Ben giving Frozen advice. That's good. We'll get to that. Heroic Waffles. Hello. And Katie. Hi. I'm so glad you're back. What's going on? Ba-ba-bam. Heroic Waffles, for any collaborations, shoot me an email. I have my email in the description of most of my videos. That's typically the best way to get in contact with me. Oh, Ben. I had to wake up at 4 a.m. and run 4 miles 5 days a week, and I hated it pretty much every time. I mean, that's brutal. 4 a.m.? No, come on. And there are also, like, I see people on YouTube that have, like, a 5 a.m. morning routine, a 4 a.m. morning routine, especially, like, moms, like, women that are mothers. Their lives, crazy. I hope I have kids one day, but sounds stressful. Okay, and so now here we are. Let's talk about what we've been watching this week. So as you know, I'm filming my Buffy series right now. I haven't posted my first video yet because I'm rewatching the whole series, and it is so refreshing because I've Buffy I've seen all the way through, probably like sitting straight through. I would probably say 4 times, and then typically at this point in my life, I just kind of watch episodes here and there if I like feel like watching it. But I haven't done a full watch through in a few years. And so I thought I really knew how I felt about everything. Like I felt like my opinions about Buffy were pretty set in stone, I thought. And so I started rewatching it. And then all of a sudden I was just seeing everything with a different perspective. Maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know. It's all still good opinions, but I just like in terms of ranking the seasons and ranking the big bads and ranking the monsters, like all of these things that I'm going to do for videos, I was just like, whoa, I actually kind of feel differently than I initially thought I did. So I'm really glad I'm rewatching it versus just like doing it off of like the top of my head. So that's why the first video is not up yet. But I'm in season 5 now. I'll probably finish it, I'm assuming, by Thursday probably, because I'm like just freaking binge watching it, and it's so freaking fun. It's like every time something I remember, like a good memory of Buffy, like happens on the show, I'm like, yes. Like it's very fun for me. So I'm assuming the first video will be like on Friday. But it's gonna be good. I'm really excited about all of it. So I watched that. I started watching the new season and last season of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. So far so good. It's, it's like it's at the point where the show is like ending, right? And so things feel a little less exciting. I don't know. And but I'm still watching it because I love the vibe of the show so much. I love the aesthetic of the show. So like I'm just down. Ivana, thank you so much. Happy New Year. I love my earrings too because these are, and Katie as well. I think they're from Nasty Gal. This is like one of those times during the pandemic where I was like, nothing has happened in months. I'm online shopping. But they're very inexpensive. Their jewelry on Nasty Gal is very cheap. And it's super cute. So that's good. Also, Ange Wish is back. I know you had to take a little break from Horror Movie Club, but I'm so glad that you are back. Much appreciated. Glad you're here. Let's see what you guys have been watching. Okay, so Lowkey Vision, hi. You've been watching, Alone. I heard some people talking about that. I haven't seen it yet. Okay, I need to put that on my Letterboxd list. I'm finally using Letterboxd again, people. Very exciting. I finally started like officially using it because for Patreon, I'm gonna start doing like a what I watched this month kind of video, just like a quickie, like go through my Letterboxd and like give a little spiel about each thing. So I was like, if I'm gonna do that, I have to like actually track everything. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see. Oh, Slaughter High. Why have I never seen that movie? I know the poster. Like, I know it's something I would love. I have not seen Slaughter High. Did you like it? Is it funny? I just assume it's like kind of fun and like, a silly horror movie. His House is great. Heather's awesome. Mouth of Madness awesome. Let's see. Oh, Fat Man. Well, I totally understand that when a series can like really hit for you in a different way because of like who you associate with the series. So I totally understand not really wanting to watch it. I totally get that. And I'm sorry for your loss. I don't know when that was, but I know that's incredibly difficult. Let me see. Ange Wish has been listening to a lot of podcasts. I want to listen to some more podcasts. Oh my God, I should say that. The Sinister Sisters podcast is up and running again. Hello. We have recorded, I think we've recorded 4 episodes in advance, which is thrilling. So we posted the first one yesterday. They're going to be coming out every single Monday. It's a little bit different than it was when the podcast was around. Before, we stopped it in March when the pandemic hit because Lauren went to Virginia. I stayed in New York. And we just, took a hiatus. But we're doing it just via like FaceTime now. But the podcast is a little different now. It's going to just be us telling stories to each other about either supernatural events, paranormal occurrences, unexplained events, legends, folklore. There's some really good stuff coming up. So like I talk about in next week's episode, I'm talking about the Mothman. In a couple episodes, Lauren talks about a mummy. It's like really cool, interesting real world stories. So I think that's going to be really fun for us. It's been a lot more fun for me because I talk about horror movies on my YouTube channel. Obviously, that's why we're here. So it's just like a little hard for me to watch more movies for the podcast, but for me to research like a totally different kind of thing for the podcast is like more fun for me. So that's what we're doing. I hope you shall listen. Ben, yes, I remember your Buffy watch. I was so proud of you. I like how they closed it up. I think they did the best they could. Let me see. Okay, Mark watched all 3 seasons of Cobra Kai. I have not seen it yet, but I've heard excellent things. That's awesome. Let's see. Katie, I do like Supernatural. I have not seen all of it. I've seen the first few seasons. And it was one of those shows. It's kind of actually what happened. It's very similar to my experience with X Files, where for some reason it's like I just binged it too hard, and then once I got like 4 or 5 seasons in, or actually with X Files, I think I got 7 seasons in, and I just got very tired, and so I just took a break from it, and I still haven't gone back to X Files, honestly. But I will, because I loved it. I was like so obsessed with it. And the same kind of thing happened with Supernatural. I watched a bunch of seasons. I was so into it, and then like I got tired, and then I took a break, and I haven't gone back. But I will. I will. Supernatural, though, I mean, that is, what is it, like 15, 20 seasons? I don't even know. It's like a million seasons. So I don't know when I'm going to eventually watch all of it, but um, there's so much to watch, guys. Oh, Bates Motel, Ben. Yes, Bates Motel is so good. Let's see. Batman watched Toxic Avenger and the Conan films. That's so much fun. That's really fun. Let's see. Yes, Angela Freaky is excellent. Highly recommend. Really fun, silly, fun movie. Massacre at Central High. I don't think I've ever seen that. I'm pretty sure I haven't seen that. Bum, bum, bum. Let's see. Hello, Slops. I've missed you. I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. Your Instagram is so good. Everyone go follow Slops on Instagram. Such good content. Let's see. Brandon's here. Hello, Brandon. How you doing? What's going on? Okay. Okay, it's 8:17. I guess we can hop into Frozen. So, if you don't know, we're doing Ice Cold Kills this month. And I'm very excited about this because now that I feel like every month I want to kind of go back and forth on the types of themes we have. Like, I don't want to do 2 months of directors in a row. Like, we did Del Toro. Now I want to do like a kind of more overarching theme. And it's so funny when I put the voting up. Who was it? Was it Batman? No. Was it Loki Vision? I can't remember. Somebody was like, The Thing. Where's The Thing? Why is The Thing not on the voting list for Ice Cold Kills? And I was like, because we already did that one. I said, we did The Thing. And then I looked and I literally scrolled through all my horror movie clubs and I said, oh, why? Why did I think that? Why did I think that? So we did, you know exactly what it is? It's because we did Ghosts of Mars or whatever that movie was. And so in my head, and I think I've even said this in a live stream before, and I was just totally wrong. But I thought that we did an entire John Carpenter month. Like, I thought we already did that. And I'm just so wrong. And so at some point we should do a John Carpenter month. I don't know if we should do it next month or not. We can talk about it and you guys can give recommendations, of course. But for this month, I just wanted to do something a little different that would get us a few, different directors in here, different types of movies. Okay, it was Loki Vision. I thought it might have been you. So I did add The Thing to the voting list. If you haven't voted yet, it's in the description box. So you have until the end of this horror movie club. But we're starting it out with Frozen with Idina Menzel. Just kidding. So this movie came out in 2010. I had never seen it before, but I had heard about it because of the concept, which is that 3 college students, they're snowboarding for the weekend / skiing. They get in a chairlift at kind of last call, and they get stuck up there right before a long, like I think they get stuck on there on a Sunday night, and the skiing place is not going to be open again until Friday. So they are stuck up high in the air on this little chair, dangling in the snow, cold ice. It's such a funny little concept that you're like, how could they make that into a whole movie? They're going to sit all next to each other on a chairlift for an hour and a half. Like, how are they going to do that? And so I was very curious about it. It's also written and directed by Adam Green, who has done a lot of horror work. And to be truthful, I haven't seen a lot of it. I have never seen the Hatchet films. I don't know why. I just haven't seen them. And I've never seen Victor Crowley. And what was the other one? Are those kind of the main big ones? Let's see. Oh, these are as a writer. Let me get his director creds. Mm, okay, those are the main ones I've heard of. But yeah, I haven't seen those. So, let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm scrolling up. Ba 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 ba. Hello, Ashneer. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Also, The Inhaler, I guess. This movie is disturbing at times. I will say that. It was scarier than I thought it would be. And yes, Martin, I do wish they would turn it into a musical. That would be my true dream come true. And Batman used to be a snowboarding instructor. That's so funny. I bet this was especially scary for you. Okay, I need to watch the Hatchet movies. I need to add that to my letterbox as well. They're like 3, I think, which isn't too bad. Um, you know what's funny? I thought Frozen was on Tubi too because I thought I checked that last week, and then when I went to look for it on Tubi, I couldn't find it. Am I crazy? I don't know. So I ended up renting it for like $2 on Amazon, because I couldn't find it. So that was a bummer, but I don't know. Maybe I just didn't look hard enough. I don't know. Okay. So we have kind of like 3 main characters in this. We have Parker, Joe, and Dan. Parker is played by Emma Bell. Joe, her boyfriend, is played by. Oh wait, sorry. Dan, her boyfriend, is played by Kevin Zegers, and Joe, Dan's best friend, is played by Shawn Ashmore. Shawn Ashmore, you probably know. He's in X-Men. Let's see, what's the thing I'm thinking of though? Oh, he's in The Boys. He plays Lamplighter in The Boys, which Travis and I watched like maybe that was like a month or 2 ago. But I loved The Boys. It was a great show. And it looks like he's done some other horror stuff as well. I'm not sure. Let's see, what is this? Oh, he did one of those Into the Dark. Let's see, he did this movie Devil's Gate, which I'm assuming is a horror movie because of the name. Darkness Falls, which is another kind of thriller. So he kind of does live in this world a little bit, which is nice. Oh, and he was in some of the Hatchet movies as well. So I always like to see that, like people that just like doing horror movies. I very much appreciate that. Um, Astro's is fact. Literally every movie on Tubi is on Amazon Prime. Is that true? That's definitely possible. Did they let it go? Well, yes. We're gonna get to you know, the blood and the guts and all that, but yeah, I mean, he did let go. Okay, so let's see, we talked about Adam Green. Yeah, so the movie basically starts off and childhood BFFs, Dan and Joe, they have been coming skiing, snowboarding forever. It's like their tradition. They love to do it. But this year, Dan invites his girlfriend Parker. She does not really know how to snowboard very well, but you know, they're in love, whatever. He brings her for the weekend. Joe is very annoyed that Parker is here intruding on the boys' time. So it's an interesting trio already because we have one with a little bit of resentment. We have this couple. And on Sunday, Sunday evening, they're closing early. I keep wanting to say ski resort, but it's not a resort. It's just it is a ski resort. I don't ski or snowboard, so I don't know any of the terms for anything about such things. I think I went skiing once when I was like 7. I'm sure I didn't do well. Oh, you know what I did do though? When I was like, I was in high school. Maybe I was like a sophomore or a junior. I went snowboarding with my high school boyfriend at the time, and it was a true disaster. I fell down so much. I hit my head a million times. I'm sure I had head trauma. And I remember afterwards, we went like inside, and I was like, all I want is to sit down eat some mac and cheese. They had this like, really cheap, not that good food, but I was like, give me some mac and cheese. I took off all the snow gear and I literally couldn't lift my arms. And I was like, why are my arms sore? Like I was snowboarding. Like I don't understand. And so, I never did go back. I never did it again. But it was very, very funny. Reggaeton remixes. I think every movie can deserve a live stream if you talk as much as I do. So don't hate on it. Don't hate on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, the banter is really interesting between these three characters. It does feel very realistic in that way, where they actually feel like three people that know each other and are like talking. I don't know. There's definitely things about the relationships that feel very honest. So that's very nice. But so basically they want to hit the slopes one more time before they go home. And so they basically they end up paying off the ski lift operator to let them up in the first place because they didn't buy proper tickets or something, little delinquents. And then they finally end up convincing the ski lift operator to let them up one more time before the storm comes. Okay. So they start going to the top, and then there's all this confusion down there. Like, so the operator gets called into the boss's office. He has someone else watch the ski lift and close it up. All this stuff. There's a bunch of confusion where they think everyone is off the ski lift, and turns out that one trio is still there. And that's where the movie like really gets started. And what's so funny is before that happens, they're on the ski lift that first time, like during the day, and they're going, and there's a bunch of other people on the ski lift as well. And there's a point where it actually does stop that first time. And I was like, wait, is this a movie about like 50 people that get stuck on a ski lift? Because that's like even crazier. And that's literally what I thought was about to happen. And then it started moving, and I was like, oh, okay, that was like a fake out. But I did think that was very, very funny. So basically when they, in the nighttime version, when they actually do get stuck, at first, they're chill. They think, they're not going to leave them up there. And then the lights start going out, and they're like, ah, ha, ha, funny joke. Please help us. And then once they kind of realize they've forgotten about them, then they start to freak out. And as they should, because it's a freaking winter storm. They're up on this metal thing, dangling from a wire. I mean, it's truly a worst case scenario. It's worst case in terms of like, like if you got like stuck on a roller coaster, you can like, they have things where you can like climb down and stuff. Well, not on a ski lift, turns out. So they're really in the worst situation possible. And from there, they have to kind of figure out how to get out of it. So I guess we're just really jumping in right into where the bad things start to happen. And I just want to go through them because I think they're all so smart. And once again, I did not know if this movie was going to keep me entertained for an hour and a half. And it definitely did. It definitely did. So the first thing they decide to try is that Dan. Dan is going to jump off the lift. He's like looking down. He's like, okay, I can jump off this thing and I can ride my board to safety and get people to come help the rest of you. Sure, seems like a great plan. He's looking down. It's pretty high up. It might be a terrible idea, but it's soft snow. It could just catch him. So he finally ends up going for it and drops down. And the way he lands, where his like, it just goes like, he basically lands like on straight legs, which is like not the way. And his leg bones literally like shoot out of his knees or something. So you can literally, like, his bone is poking through his skin. And it is so disgusting and horrifying. And there's something about that. Like, I've seen that in a lot of movies, and every time it is just the most effective gross out moment. Like, the idea of your bone poking through your own skin is just like a big no-no. That's just, I don't want that to happen to anyone. No one deserves that. Super freaking scary. And so While he's down there, of course, he's like screaming, freaking out. They throw down some articles of clothing, trying to like for him to like bind his legs so that he won't bleed out, because he can't move. Like he can't like even crawl to safety. There's no crawling. It's like he's done. He's done. And so he's down there, and then this it's like it gets more and more outrageous, which is something I really love about it. It gets freaking crazy. Digital Bath just said legs snapped like pretzels. Yes, that's exactly what happens. um, but yes, so of course, as he's bleeding out in the snow, who should it attract but a bunch of wolves? And if you guys don't know, I love wolves. I keep wolf hair by my door for protection because I'm. Okay, am I back? No, I can't tell. How embarrassing. Oh my god. Okay, I can't tell if I'm back yet. Maybe I am? This is out of control now. Low carb monster. Yeah, you made it here just for a buffer. You guys are too funny. The stream is living up to the movie name. Ow! Okay. If I'm back, that's great. I hope it doesn't go off again. It's so annoying. I mean, not to be a whiny, complainy thing, but I will for a second. I upgraded my internet literally for live streaming. I'm sitting next to the router, and yet, I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. But where even were we? Let me see. Ah, I'm still freezing? Damn. Now she's cussing on the live stream. Oh, okay. Is it better now? I should really just keep the YouTube page open for myself so I can, like, see how bad it is. That would probably be smart of me. Has it been a sex yet? Not yet. Okay. Okay. I hope it doesn't go off again. It's so annoying. Okay, it looks clear on my end. Now I don't know. Let me know. Is it clear yet? And yes, I upgraded my internet. Do you guys think I really need to switch over? Is it that bad? That's so weird because when I opened a YouTube window of me talking, it looks like it's fine. Why is that? Okay, I'm just gonna keep talking. And see what happens. Also, maybe try reloading the page. I don't know if that will help you, but it might. Also, quitting any programs I don't need. Oh my god. We only got to the wolf eating. No, still freezing. God damn! I don't think it's a YouTube problem. What else could I do? Let me turn my TV off. Maybe that's sucking internet. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm here. I literally... Oh, it is better now. Oh, that's funny. Well, I turned off my TV anyway, just to check. Man, good thing I have this White Claw to get me through the buffering stress. At least it's not as bad as that time that I had to literally reschedule a live stream a couple weeks ago. That was rough. That was rough. But it's okay. Okay, so I guess we're here now. So, should we keep talking? I guess we can keep going. I like how I ran away and it's also very delayed. I'm also noticing now how far delayed I am to you. So I didn't know it was better. That's okay. Let's keep talking about this freaking movie, shall we? All right. So, after the wolf attack, Dan is dead. He's done. He was eaten by wolves. Very sad. So, now the next plan, because they're basically, it's pretty clear that they are going to die. If they do not figure out a way to get down and get out of here, they're dead. Um, and so the next thing they decide to try is Joe's like, okay, what if I can climb on the wire itself to the next chair where the giant tower is that he could then climb down, which I thought was a very smart plan and what I would have thought to do far before jumping. But little did I know as a viewer that um let's see, that the wire is like razor sharp. Like, why would they make wires razor sharp? I don't understand why they would do that. So that's a design flaw, is what I'll say, a strong design flaw. And but that's what they did. And so he's trying to climb. He's wearing gloves, and it's cutting through the gloves into his hand. And so it's kind of like, oh shit, this is not gonna really work. So he ends up coming back onto the same thing. And let's see. Oh, and they actually end up having a fight. This is so sad too. They end up having a fight about whose fault it is that Dan is dead. The best friend of the girlfriend. Very upsetting. It gets a little heavy. And then they end up eventually falling asleep. And by the way, by the time they even fall asleep, like Parker is already getting frostbite on her face. It's not looking good. She's getting like a big one on her cheek. All of the like frozen, makeup stuff in this movie I thought was very effective. And they go to sleep. They wake up the next morning and God, we're gonna have another gross out moment. Parker wakes up with her hand frozen to the bar, to the metal bar. Like if you've ever seen A Christmas Story where that kid's tongue gets stuck to the pole, it's like that but way worse. Okay, well, that man, can you tell us why the wires are like steel razors? Why would they do that? I don't understand. Okay, it's happening again apparently. Damn it. I really don't know what to do about it, honestly. I hope it's okay-ish. If it's not okay-ish, I'm really sorry. Okay. It's money saving for low quality steel cable. Interesting. Okay, well, if that's how it is, that's how it is. Okay, so after this, oh, she wakes up, her hand's frozen to the bar. She has to rip her hand off, and she peels off a full layer of skin that is then left behind on the bar. And that part is so gross, but so well done. I thought it was pretty good. So that happens, then finally Joe wakes up. He decides he has to go climb to get to that tower to climb down. He freaking goes for it. Somehow, even though his hands are super bloodied by the end, he makes it. He climbs down. He scares the wolves away with a ski pole. And then he starts sliding down the mountain. And then the wolves chase after him. And that's a big old bummer. And then we just assume that he probably didn't make it. You could maybe assume that he gets away, but no, he doesn't make it. And so finally, and throughout some of this climbing, the ski chair they've been sitting on the whole time gets loose and eventually gets really loose to where Parker and the Thing both fall to the ground. She falls first. The chair ends up falling on her leg, but she is the least hurt that anyone has been so far. So we still have some hope that she's going to final girl her way out of this. And she starts just sliding down the mountain like on her stomach. It's so sad and brutal. And then, of course, she comes across Joe's corpse that has been totally eaten by wolves. The wolves are still there, but they're so occupied with their meal that they just kind of let her go. She crawls down. She finally makes it to a road. A car picks her up. Of course, the first car doesn't, because we have to have that moment of scared, First car doesn't stop. Second car does. They take her to a hospital, and then she just kind of closes her eyes, and that's the end of the movie, baby. Um, it is so awful. Yes, Ashton, I'm so glad you just brought up Gerald's game. That hand moment does remind me, now that you say that, of Gerald's game, where it's just that full, like, excruciating, long-term, it's gross out moment. It goes on for too long. It's so hard to look at. It's rough. It's so rough. But it's, honestly, I thought, overall, by the time the movie ended, I was like, hell yes. I thought that was a very effective, fun horror movie that took one little tiny concept and like really made it work. Like sometimes when like with like these kind of concept movies, I'm like, oh, should have been a short film. Like I don't know if there was enough there, And but in this one, I was like, oh, like there was enough going on with the relationships, enough interesting ways to try to survive this, that it really worked. So I thought Adam Green did a great job. I actually liked it way more than I thought I would. Like, I thought I would maybe want to make fun of it because it's such a silly idea. But no, I actually really liked it. I didn't even mention Kane Hodder's in this movie for a second. He's like driving the snow plow thing. I didn't even mention that. Like a whole freaking snow plow thing comes by and doesn't see them, even though they're like dropping all of their gear down to try to get his attention. That's brutal. It's crazy. Oh, also, there's a girl that Joe flirts with at some point named Shannon, who's played by Relia Vanderbilt, who I think was actually married to Adam Green at the time of this filming, which is just like a fun little thing. She's also in Hatchet 2 and 3 as well. But yeah, it's freaking crazy. Yes, they were shooting with real wolves, and apparently, like, some of his reactions in those first shots are also like very real because he was super scared of the wolves because they're real, and wolves are big. Like, they're not small creatures. Like, they ain't no Toby. You know what I mean? Pretty stressful stuff. Okay. So there were a couple of things I wanted to bring up from the trivia page that I looked at today. One is that I just think this is fun. That pretty much all the characters are named after Adam Green's friends, including Spooky Dan Walker. I don't know if any of you know who that is. He did a film that came out, I guess, 2 years ago called Sleigh Bells. But he's a pretty known guy in the horror community. So that's why that one character's name is Dan Walker. So this thing I thought was so interesting. So a bunch of the crew, so they actually did shoot up in the air like that. Like, this was not like, this was real. They shot this literally on a ski lift in Utah. Super real. And a lot of the crew was scared to go up there because they thought it was too dangerous to dangle up that high. And so Adam Green and the DP, Will Barrett, they went up there themselves to shoot it by themselves, basically, for all the stuff that they're really sitting up there talking, because they wanted it to be as realistic as possible, which I think is so crazy, because I'm like, did they have a net? Was there like a net below them? Like, what's going on there? Pretty friggin' stressful. Um, yes, Martin, that was Kane Hodder. It's funny, like as soon as I saw him, because I watched his documentary a while back, to Hell and Back, and as soon as I saw him in that thing, I was like, Kane Hodder. I'm gonna move you guys closer because now I'm in chillin' mode now. I'm in chillin' mode. Um, let's see, what was the there was I think there was another thing. Yeah, it was shot in Utah. I just thought this was funny. The production could only afford to light the first four cable car towers. I love those low budget moments. um Oh, okay. Well, once again, I've never seen the Hatchet movies, but if you have, this is probably fun for you. In Hatchet 2, there is a TV screen playing in a scene that has a news story talking about the events of Frozen, which is just like a fun little, like, movie within movie moment. Mm-mm-mm. Adam Green is also in the movie for a brief moment. He has like one scene where he's like a walk on, walk off kind of role, but it's just funny. He's just in the movie for a minute. Ba-ba-bum. Yeah, yeah. That's most of the stuff that I wanted to say. I think. Um, but they did. I haven't seen this version. There's an uncut version of the movie. There is a version where you actually see Dan get devoured by wolves. In the version I watched on Amazon, you don't see it. It's a cutaway shot. But they did film that because they thought they might need it to like for foreign sales to make it a gorier, crazier movie, which I thought was really funny. Um, but Adam Green didn't really want the blood and gore in it, which I thought was an interesting choice. I don't really know if I feel one way or the other. I would like to see the uncut version because I just like think it'd be more fun. I know Sleigh Bells wasn't great. I wanted to like it because it had that like YouTuber that had disappeared off the face of the earth, and there was like all these conspiracies about like where this YouTuber went. Um, but yeah, it wasn't that good. And it also has I just forgot his name, but it has the guy that plays Brad in Rocky Horror in it. He's playing Santa Claus, and it's just not that good, unfortunately. But I do have a poster for it somewhere. I don't even remember where I got that. I have a poster for it. Oh, maybe it came in like a BAM box or something like that. But yeah. Okay, it's 8:50, so let me pull up the voting to see what we're watching the rest of the month. Bum bum bum. Guys, once again I tweeted this, but every month there are more and more responses to the voting, which just means more and more people are voting, which makes me so happy. I just it just means more and more people are participating, which is so cool. So hell yeah. Okay. And let me just double check how many weeks are there? There's 3 weeks, right? The 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. Okay. So I need 3 winners. Ooh, I'm excited. Okay, the first place winner is very clear, and that is The Black Coat's Daughter, which is so funny because I was literally just talking about this movie in Horror Movie Club. I can't remember when that was. I think it was with Xena because I was saying that like I watched it, I didn't really get it, and I wanted to watch it again because like I didn't really get the hype about it. So I'm actually really excited to watch that again so I can get because I remember even when I watched it, I was like not really in the headspace for it. But so many people love it, so I want to try it again and see like what I was missing. So that's the first one, The Black Coat's Daughter. And then I think the rest are actually pretty clear too. We do have a tie, but it's for second and third place, which is this is gonna be fun. The Shining. This is gonna be really fun because hopefully I'll be done with the book by the time we talk about it. So I'll be able to talk about the book and the movie, and that'll be freaking awesome. Um, let me see. And you know what? Okay, I'm gonna make an executive call right here. So get ready for an executive decision. All right. So technically, the next winner would be 30 Days of Night. But I have already done a review of this movie on my channel, and I would like to talk about something different. So there's a different movie to talk about. So if you want to watch 30 Days of Night, because I think it's an awesome movie. I really do. I love it. But I would rather watch something I've never seen before, and haven't talked about before. So, executive decision. The third movie we're going to be watching is Dead Snow from 2009, which I'm pretty sure is the Nazi Nazi zombie movie or something. Isn't that right? Let me double check. Yeah. Okay. So those are going to be the picks. Don't worry about The Thing. We're going to do a John Carpenter month maybe next month. So I'm sure we'll either start with The Thing. Oh, I'll just say we'll start with The Thing because then we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking about. So let me read them one more time. And if you guys don't mind, I would like to go in this order, simply because of where I am in my book right now. If we could do Blackcoat's Daughter, so we're actually going backwards. Blackcoat's Daughter next week. The following week we'll do Dead Snow. The week after that, we'll do The Shining. Just to give me a little more time to finish this book because it's really long. There's a band called Sleigh Bells. That's cool. Never heard of it. Okay. So I'm really sorry if anyone's mad about my executive decision. I wasn't thinking about it when I put it on the voting, but when I saw it was winning, I was like, wait, didn't I do a video on that? And I realized that I did. And so I just feel like it'd be better. So yeah. All right, I think that's going to be a good trio. Those movies, those three movies and this one could not be more different. So I think that's going to be really, really awesome. That's going to be sick. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Is there anything else I want to tell you? Nope, I think that's pretty much it. Buffy series starting on Friday. And then I'll send out the Horror Movie Club picks in an email and on Twitter. And I think that's kind of about it, guys. I'm really sorry for the buffering issues today. Literally, my computer is the only device that is connected to the internet right now, so I have no idea how to make it better. Literally unclear. But yeah, I think tonight I'm probably going to go and finish watching Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I think it's only 4 parts. It's like 4 episodes. Is that wrong? No, I'm not sure. But I think I saw it was like in 4 parts. So I might not finish it tonight, but I am going to go watch Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then I'll just be binge watching Buffy the rest of the week, which I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Thank you all so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Even when I don't have a guest, it's just me hanging out. But you guys are awesome. I really appreciate you being here every single week to talk about a different movie. It's really freaking cool. Oh yeah, Mark wants to do a Craven month. Yes, that's on the list as well. We're going to get to all of it, I swear. We're going to get to all of it. But yeah, all right. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I don't even know what to say. If you have future themes you want to submit, send them in a message, DM me, whatever. But you guys are so awesome. Thank you, and have a nice screen, people. Bye!